Turbo Conquering Mega Eagle Mighty Crane build. Okay, and today we're going to make some pulleys out of sheet metal for this cable. Got a minimum bend radius of 8 inches, I think. I'll go 9 just to be on the safe side. I think it's 9. I better check. I will check. Okay, very expensive to buy pulleys, or decent sized pulleys. That are rated for load. You can get pulleys easy enough, but not something that's going to take several hundred kilos. We're going to make them up out of mild steel sheets using the bead roller, and then they'll be welded to a steel hub.
Entirely normal for him to insult people, and I agree. I think this is spin, but same day register. Just didn't happen. It's statistically improbable. Will Trump see this? Does he want to explore?
Okay, so we've got our three pieces of metal made up per pulley. So this is the hub, yeah, and we've got one side with holes in it, the other side without, and the hub sits in the middle, and we've got our beautiful pulley, yeah. Holes in this one are so we can essentially spot weld this side to the other side. I'm gonna have to run a weld around the outside, or you know, around the inside of the outside, and also weld the hub to the pulley. Obviously, you know, welding heavy stuff to thin stuff will get a bit of flex, but more than that, we've got a tremendous amount of distortion in these halves. So right now I've got to make up a jig to clamp this all together, and it's probably going to have to apply quite a lot of pressure to get this to be to lay flat, so that I can actually get it tacked up. But we'll I've got no idea how much pressure. Quite a lot. Obviously we've got sort of shaped like a Pringle at the minute, and because it's got the edges turned up, ooh, I can barely flex the thing. So it is nice and tough, but yeah, it's going to take a bit of gription to get it to, you know, fall into line, I suppose would be the thing to say. And that hub's got to be square as well, so whatever jig I make up's got to hold that square, and then keep these pressed down against each other, and at the same time allow me access to those points. So even if I can't weld the whole thing whilst it's jigged up, I've got to be able to you know, at least tack enough of it up that it's not going to move when I take it out of the jig. Alright, I'll see what I'll come up with. Okay, check this out. So this is my jig, or one half of it, one half of the fixture. We can stick the hub piece over, and then we need one half. These halves are slightly different. There we go. And it's all wonky at the minute, isn't it? And then we can stick the other half. This one's got holes in it, so I can basically spot weld through to this other side. That goes on there. And then this old puppy goes on top. Where's my mark? I do have a alignment mark. Okay, yeah. There we go. Pow. Clamp the whole thing up. I'll try and get you a bit closer so you can hear all the swarf crunch together. not perfectly flat, but you know, I've still got a bit of welding to do. You can't quite get to it all in the jig, and I can only just manage a couple of drops on the hub, but it's how it will hold it in place. I've got to weld that, but it's you know, it's almost flat. It's definitely okay for a cable pulley, but I wouldn't want to try and make you know, a fast pulley like a V-belt pulley like this. I think it wouldn't be square enough. But yeah, I'm quite pleased with how these are coming out. It's pretty cool. Almost looks like a professional job. And remember, lads, to be a professional, doesn't have to be good. You just got to get paid for it, isn't it? Hey? Right, folks, we're done. I've got 4 pulleys made up. I have where they're particularly snotty. If I've cleaned them up with a die grinder. You know, like there I had some high spots, so I just knocked them off. I'm quite happy with how these have turned out, you know. So, what max they've got to take a couple of 100 kilos. It's not even going to be that, to be honest, each. And I reckon these will be good for double that, you know. Maybe not. Yeah, you know. I don't know. It'd be fun to test them, but quite frankly, the amount of time it took to make, I'm not really in the mood for wrecking them at the minute. But maybe later, maybe at some later date, we'll do a destructive test on these. I'm kind of wishing I'd made an extra one just so I could actually proof it, you know. But I've got no doubt they'll take 200 kilo each, and that's all they've got to do. It's cool. It's cool. I've got to do a couple of other things like this. Next job is to make a petrol winch for the crane. So it's going to have a little weed whacker engine, or strimmer engine as they're known here. Little 25cc 2-stroke, and that will drive a reverse gearbox and into a you know, high reduction box, so 100 to 1 or something like that. And then there's going to be a big drum, and I'll use this method to make the sides of the drum winch. I think is very effective. I mean, you know, while sheet steel isn't that strong, like if you can put a bit of detail in it, it'll you know, pick up tremendous strength, won't it? Yeah. So I'll do the winch drum like this as well, and whatever else I can think of, really, because it was fun, wasn't it? Really good way of doing it. I don't know how else I would have done these. Like, my initial thought was to hot press them or something like that, you know, get the metal hot and then jam it between 2 other lumps of steel. But what with it being sheet steel, it would cool down, you know, the second my formers or my forged dies touched it, it's going to cool off really quickly, isn't it? So it's going to have to be a sharp, rapid movement. Kabumph! And I'm not sure how I would have done that. Probably a sledgehammer. And I think you can all imagine how that might have turned out, yeah? But yeah, we did it like this in the end, cold worked it all, and came out beautiful. So yeah, I'm happy with the modifications to the bead roller and with the incredibly fancy pants pulleys that I've just made, eh? There are a few snotty bits there, because of how my jig was made up. I had to poke the welder, like, you know, and I only managed to get a little blob of weld on whilst the jig was in place, and obviously taking it off and completing the weld properly. But yeah, like there, I could knock it off, but this isn't a beauty contest. This is you know, manufacture of Quality pulleys, lads. Right, okay. So yeah, next up we'll get onto the winch, which will be the exciting bit of this this crane build. All right. Okay. Cool. I'll see you all later. Bye bye.